apparently, if I'm not, I don't want to misquote this, but I think it said it was that he took a plea. Right? It said he took a plea to lesser charges or whatever, but he still had to register. Listen here, look at me. I don't give a about no damn plea. If I didn't do some shit, I'm not taking a plea, especially for no shit like that. All right, time to get into the infamous video, you know what I'm saying, about MrBeast. Now, this might go on the main, so to the main channel, I'm gonna make it clear. There's a video I dropped on the second channel where I said in that video, what was presented, I didn't believe was worth MrBeast getting canceled for. And I still don't. However, this is a more updated video. I reacted to that video a week and a half ago. Since then, new things have came up. You can't react to everybody's video, bro, because people are just dropping videos with no knowledge of nothing. They're just dropping videos with hopes that their video hits the algorithm. So that was my bad. I shouldn't have reacted to that nigga's video because it was a bunch of nothing. I'm gonna react to the niggas that actually wait and look up shit and make sure it's actual factual. So we're reacting to MogulMail. This is finally talking about MrBeast. Like I said, everything I said in that previous video still stands. However, if there's new shit, there's new shit. We're gonna talk about it. Let's get it.
MrBeast messed up. Big time. I feel like I wake up every day to new allegations against MrBeast that are somehow worse than the previous allegation.
Thank you. Thank you. At the time I reacted to the video, those allegations were not bad. It was not worth canceling the nigga over. Every other day, something new is coming up. How the fuck am I? I can't even keep up with this shit no more.
And now there are just so many allegations, they're hard to keep track of. And apparently, the worst is yet to come. He is taking an astronomical amount of L's. So many so, the explosion of L's is so big, I'm getting hit by the shrapnel of it all. And initially, I wasn't going to make a MogulMail about the MrBeast situation. And that was for two reasons. The first one is because I made a video on this channel about a week ago called I Don't Like This Channel. And in it, I basically talk about how I don't like doing drama videos. Drama videos do really well. They get millions and millions of views, but those viewers only want more drama videos. So I looked into more drama to make more videos to satisfy the viewers. And it's kind of a negative cycle. Like it loops, it feeds itself. It makes a lot of money. That's great. That's cool. But the viewers that come from it and the content that I make from it isn't something that I'm proud of or like. So I want to stop doing it. Over the past year, I've made half as many drama videos. And over the next year, I'll make a quarter as many until eventually I make none at all. But with this situation, it's obviously different. You know, not talking about MrBeast after he is the most viewed video on my channel. I've appeared on his channel like numerous times. I know the guy personally. People obviously want to know my opinion.
Okay.
But I still thought making a MogulMail might be a mistake because I'm biased. I'm biased because I know MrBeast the person, and so MrBeast as the owner of MrBeast the company, the malfeasance he's done, how he's treated his employees poorly.
And I understand that. That's valid, and that's also another reason why some people shouldn't speak on things because they'll give out a biased opinion. Now, and I respect the fact that he realized he will be biased because he knows the nigga. That's his actual friend. They've done challenges together. He actually has a MrBeast video, that MrBeast gave him because they wouldn't go on the main.
So I figured making a MogulMail is not the best idea. And it's not like I'm hiding the situation by not making a MogulMail on it. Frankly, there is a lot of coverage on it. More.
See, and this exactly why I shouldn't have reacted to this nigga. This looks desperate, bro. The last 8 videos you've dropped, all are getting millions of views. And it's like you can't. How many videos do you need to drop, bro? Nigga, one new allegation or it's not even an allegation. One new thing comes about how he maybe faked a video. You dropped a whole nother 15, 14, 20-minute video. Bro, I should have looked at this nigga's channel and be like, okay, this is a nitpick. Just like old dude. He's dropped 2 50-minute videos and he said he came back and dropped a 50-minute video. I should have never reacted. That's my bad. But hey, I'm not going to waste the reaction. If I reacted to it and I said some shit, and I'm going to put it out there.
More than probably any situation outside of maybe someone making an apology with a ukulele in the past 5 years. So I figured all I really needed to do was address this situation by watching like the Dog Pack 404 video from the former MrBeast employee on stream and then I could move on to doing things that I wanted to do, like gaming, playing Super Mario 64, enjoying the State Farm Gamerhood, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
And anyway, this led to what I would argue is my greatest title and thumbnail ever. Does MrBeast fake his videos? Kids discuss. And also led to my worst live stream ever. Because frankly, the live stream was embarrassing. It was me watching the video, like kind of just trudging through it, pausing, talking about random aimless shit, trying to basically get through it so I could say, look, I've watched this thing. Now can I please move on to gaming, without actually objectively looking at what's being said and, admonishing where MrBeast went wrong and giving my actual opinion on it. I basically wanted to just get it over with without actually taking it at face value. And don't also have to take my word for it. You can look at the fucking like to dislike ratio on that live stream. I think it's the worst live stream I've ever done in terms of dislikes. 53%. That's a failing grade. And it was so bad, in fact, this live stream I did was so bad. I took such a big L that one of the biggest ASM artists on YouTube, a corner of the internet known for trying to calm people down and relax them, made a 15-minute video roasting me. This is one of the biggest ASMR YouTubers. He put on a fucking roast session. Got rid of the ASMR. He usually makes commentary about ASMR scandals, which apparently there are a lot of. I didn't know about all that.
ASMR scandals? What are we scandaling over there? Y'all do this. What is the scandals? You know what? Hey, man. Huge message. ASMR news. Okay. Okay.
And paused to talk about me in the video's titled The Controlled Opposition to MrBeast. And anyway, I'm going to play a portion of it here.
Ludwig especially navigate through this entire drama and issue with the MrBeast company over the past few weeks has got to be some of the most insufferable content I think I've ever seen. And don't take my word for it, take his audience's word for it. Ludwig will...
And he's totally right about that fact. The audience was not happy, and look, man, I wasn't happy. It's not like I'm fucking looking back at that stream and I'm like, damn, kill that one. It was bad. This is fake. I just showed you the likes, dislikes. I don't know where this is from, but his point still stands. And JoJo continues to go on to basically say that, I spent most of the video...
Illegal lotteries, promoting gambling. Which was the gambling? Which part was the gambling, Chad? I don't remember. The forging signatures, I remember, was the guy, he wrote illegal, promoting gambling. I thought that was the illegal lotteries, the shirts. The forging signatures and illegal lotteries was the shirts, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that's what that was. So if the promoting gambling was the shirts, then what's the illegal lotteries?
Focusing on like a few points that were maybe weaker in the Dogpack 404 video rather than the broader points that were bad, like the illegal lottery or like forging his signature on different hoodies.
Now, instead of actually addressing the serious allegations to do with promoting gambling for children and illegal lotteries, Ludwig spends commentary towards how Dogpack 404 knew MrBeast had staged his 7 days out at sea and how Dogpack could verify that MrBeast was on a yacht or not, which completely just...
Now, just to push back a little bit here, I did have a conversation with Dogpack 404, the creator of the video. He turns out to actually be a Ludwig viewer. If you look at his most recent video, there's even a point in it where you can see, like in the sub box, my little face is there doing the smile thing, and I am live at that moment. And so anyway, I called him on stream, but I called him on stream at about the 16-minute mark of the video, which is before any of the illegal lottery stuff. So when I called him, I asked about what happened in the first 16 minutes of the video, which the video is a slow burn and starts off with a lot of stories about things being fake on the channel and whatnot, which surprised me, right? And this is the exact clip that I was talking about.
On the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked...
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the...
And so I was just surprised by this. Like, I'm watching this live, I'm reacting to it, I'm like, damn, I'm shocked Jimmy would do something that dumb, right? Like, for a guy who walks around saying I don't fake videos, for him to leave during the middle of the night, go onto a production yacht is crazy. Because I've done MrBeast videos, and in the ones I do, he doesn't let me fake them, right? I had to spend 31 hours on a plane crash that happened, and I had to sleep on a plane wing. And so I was curious if this was either Dogpack extrapolating from the screenshot of them not being on the screen, that they obviously must not be on the raft. Where are they? Well, Jimmy's rich. They probably bought a yacht. Or if he had some insider intel. That is basically what happened. And this is where the initial allegations of controlled opposition started. And so for context, this is me having a call with Dawson, the Dogpack. Did you work on that video, or are you going off the video?
You are controlled opposition.
What does that mean?
It means you're trying to get me to reveal confidential information and break my NDA.
I don't know what your NDA is. I'm trying to ask questions about the freaking thing.
Oh, you know what an NDA is?
I do. Yeah, but I don't know what your NDA covers. Okay, what should I not ask you?
About any videos that I worked on.
And so Dawson just said not to ask him about any videos he didn't work on. But, you know, to be clear, I asked him when he worked at MrBeast Incorporated first.
I signed the first NDA February 22nd. And then, yeah, it was like April 20, whatever they said. April 20.
So basically February to April,
okay.
even May or whatever you want to say, of 2024, of this year. That's when he worked there. But this video, 7 Days Stranded at Sea, came out August 2023. So I didn't think I was asking a question that broke his NDA.
This shit just, it's, bro, none of this is still making sense, bro. It's like, okay. So if you know that information, right? And you already said, you said he slept on a production yacht, right? You said he slept on a production yacht. That's what you said in your video. But then when he asks you, do you have knowledge of that? I can't break my NDA. If you say he slept on a production yacht, you clearly already broke it. So he's just asking you to confirm, like, do you have inside information that he slept on I can't break the NDA. So then why would you say that in the first place? That's breaking the NDA. This doesn't, bro, and people were hard down like, yo, Simba, none of this, it makes no sense.
Yay. I thought I was asking a question about some intel he might have heard from a former employee or like, you know, someone he had worked with in the past. Not anything that he knew that he wasn't.
It's public information, everything he said in the video. He didn't break the NDA. He worked with lawyers. But what you're not understanding is if he said they slept on a yacht and then Ludwig is asking, how, like, do you know somebody that literally said they slept on a yacht? I can't say that. So then why are you saying he slept on a yacht? That's not public information. That's not public information. He slept on a yacht. The only way you would know he slept on a yacht is if somebody was there. That's his guess. So you can't just, you're putting allegations out there and guessing? That doesn't make sense. You can't just guess allegations. Oh, he faked this video. I'm guessing he slept on a yacht. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna say this though. But then want people to rally behind and cancel the nigga over this, but it's a guess. You don't know for sure. You're just putting this out there.
Allowed to divulge. So point aside, ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because I did watch the rest of the video, and I did see the illegal lotteries, right? The forging the signatures, and didn't make enough comments about how that was wrong to do. And like, frankly.
Okay, now the forging the signature shit. Is it fucked up? Yes. And I believe I said this in the video. Is it fucked up? Yes. But at the end of the day, I don't really feel like that's something you cancel somebody over. To be honest. Like, that's not... Should he address it? Yes. He should address it. But I'm not... Oh, I can't watch MrBeast. There's a forged signature on a couple shirts. What are we talking about? That's not a cancelable reason. The illegal lottery shit. Is that that's the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the, when he said what? Oh, if one of the people who buy a shirt in the next 5 minutes will get this and that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm assuming the illegal lotteries is, or the promoting gambling. Whatever. That shit right there. Did we know that some of the people that bought the stuff within that 5 minutes didn't get it? Illegal or not, if people still got that Xbox or that PlayStation or whatever they got when they did buy that, if somebody still got it, how am I supposed to cancel it? He stood on his word. Just because a person didn't get it doesn't mean nobody got it. You see what I mean? If there was a person that's the thing, people say they didn't get it. Only one person said he didn't get it. Only one person said he didn't get it. And he did that multiple times. There was one person. I remember in the video, one person. So like, if I can be like, hey, everybody said, oh yeah, they called my name out, that didn't get it. There was only one person in the video that said they didn't get their stuff. He did that multiple times throughout the live stream. So it's not like nobody was getting it. You see what I mean? No, it wasn't like nobody was getting it. If nobody got it, I'd be like, yo, that's fucked up. You're just trying to boost sales. But no, only one person said they didn't get it. And they, like, it's not fully verified that it was them. I checked their Twitter. It's not fully verified that it was them. The shit was, it was something off about their Twitter. I don't remember it fully because I reacted to it a week and a half ago. But it's like, y'all are talking about, y'all were like, oh, Simba, pop it out your mouth, or Simba, this is this and this is that. Those reasons that were in that video were not bad. It wasn't cancel worthy to me, and I'll stand on that. It wasn't cancel worthy to me, and I'll stand on that completely. Now, if there's some new allegations, because we're literally only 8 minutes in, and I heard about some other shit, then yeah, that's fucked. But we have yet to discuss it. But what I still stand on with that old video, it still stands, bro. You can't make me change my mind on that. Is it fucked? A little bit, but it's not cancel worthy. I don't see the case. If somebody can fully come to me and explain why those two things were so cancel worthy, then talk to me. But just saying Simba, you're glazing without telling me why you think he should be canceled over that. It's an empty comment. It's empty. It's empty as hell. Unless you can educate me on why you think that's cancel worthy, there's no point even commenting, bro.
It is fucked up to sell hoodies that have your signature that somebody else signed on your behalf is wrong, right? You shouldn't do that. They should just sign with their names. It's fine if you get a hoodie and it's signed by like Tyler instead of MrBeast, but you just can't have Tyler sign on behalf of MrBeast. And personally, I think MrBeast should do right by those people. He's rich, fucking refund him, right? And then the illegal lottery, the same thing. When people do illegal lotteries in the United States and it goes to court, what happens? They give all the money they made from those illegal lotteries back,
okay,
and they prove that their business practices have changed so it doesn't happen in the future, right?
So that was the...
He might even be able to go one step beyond.
So was that the promoting? That wasn't the promoting. That was the illegal lottery. The shirt shit was the illegal lottery. So what was the promoting
and
gambling?
Not do like the shady cereal box thing where it's like impossible to sign up for free and make it a little easier on people. But what helped most of all was after that first stream, I just talked to Dogpack offline. But talking to him online was a much worse environment than talking to him offline. And
Legal
he gave me the
lottery.
perspective,
Okay.
Which is that, look, I know MrBeast the person. And with my experiences with him, I came to the conclusion that, I thought he was a good person. I thought he was doing right by people. I never worked at MrBeast Incorporated. I just know as like talent on shoots how he operates. And Dogpack came with a POV of, well, look, dude, you don't know MrBeast the company, right? Or MrBeast like the
boss,
the CEO or whatever the title he has at his company. And the things he does there, they don't operate well, right? His employees aren't being treated right. And that hits home to me. Like, I like treating my employees well. I mean, I made my company a workers' co-op. That is very important.
Wait, when did it... Am I forgetting something? When did he say the employees weren't treated right? He said that in the video? Am I forgetting something? Am I having a brain fart? Because I don't remember that in the video. You know what? That's on me. That's on me. He probably did say it in that long video, but we watched a summarized version of that long video. The nigga never covered it. And that's, you know what? I shouldn't have never reacted to that nigga, bro. I should have never reacted to that nigga, bro. I watched the summarized version of that video. But here's my thing. I can only take somebody's word with a grain of salt if they're nitpicking the little shit. You know what I mean? Like, you nitpicked the nigga's YouTube banner. If you're going around nitpicking, I can't fully stand beside you, and it's just like that's something petty. That's something so fucking petty. I can't like that's what made me I wouldn't even want to check out the second video. But also I fucked up checking out the person's video who's making millions off of making a 15-20 minute video summarizing what the fuck is going on, and I'm not getting the full context. So that's my fault. That's my fault. I tried to take the easy way out instead of watching the full video. That's my fault.
To me, it is not something that I take lightly, but I had to divorce the idea of like this guy that I knew and what I think about this guy.
Well, it was that they were being yelled at and made to continue in unfit working conditions. Okay.
Versus how he operated his company and the bad things his company did. Now, so that first video, that was the main issue with it. And that was wrong. It was a shit live stream. Anyway, JoJo goes on to then talk about the most recent live stream I did, which was reacting to the second Dogpack video. And this one is an interview with Jake Weddle, a former employee who became a contestant.
See, I haven't.
In the bad condition.
And the thing is, I haven't reacted to anything about the second video yet, because at that point, even after I reacted to the first one, there were so many niggas dropping a MrBeast video. I was like, oh, I can't keep up with what everybody has to say. This is why I think it's sometimes everybody's opinion shouldn't be heard. Because like there was so many videos, it's like, yo, you can't take all this information in.
He had as a contestant on a like 30 days in solitary video.
Ironically makes the take, Jake, who bear in mind at this point is sleep deprived, they haven't turned off the lights whatsoever, he's had no exposure to sunlight, has been in solitary confinement, has had to deal with awful putrid smells of tubs and dairy products and paint fumes.
What is
Ludwig
this about?
actually makes the take that instead of MrBeast making the challenge for Jake to run a marathon out of nowhere, he should have instead made the challenge for, if he wins it, that MrBeast would actually then turn the lights off. Which is an insane, detached take to have.
Wait, what?
The pay thing makes sense.
Okay, wait. I'm just happy he's out. I still can't walk well, but it hurts less. And, like, I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge. So at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy's bitch. Like, if I was Carl and he did that to me, I'd ruin him. And they want to do it again. And that could be a leverage if that guy breaks. So wait, 2 is better than 1. Yeah, right. I told them everything that they did to me is that they can't do again in order to make sure that the other person doesn't break down as fast. But like the way that the video is meant to function is the problem. It's bad idea, full stop. It sounds clickbaity. It sounds right up Jimmy's alley. It's morally unethical, like on every level. It just needs to be some off-camera breaks. I mean, not just that, but needs to be some sort of humanizing aspects. Okay, so I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this is talking about. The solitary confinement video that went horribly wrong on a person. Torturing poor people for money. Which solitary confinement video? The video where that was Jimmy that was in a white room. So I'm assuming there was a different video that never went out or something. No, this is cancel worthy. Exactly. This is something that's like, okay, that's fucked up. So shit like this is what you need to cover in the first place. Because like, all right, boom. Say I watch an hour long video of nitpicky nonsense. And I'm like, bro, this is not cancel worthy. You think I want to watch part 2? This is what should have been dropped in the first place. Like, I need actual shit. Someone being held in solitary confinement, they do that shit in jail. That's jail worthy. Now, if somebody wants to sign up for that, that's on them. But it's also like, you gotta understanding the prisons do that because it's demoralizing. It's to break you. If you sign up for that shit, no would come with that shit, but I wouldn't think that's a good fucking challenge. You see what I mean? Hey, do you know 44% of y'all aren't subscribed? Go ahead and hit that button. And also go check out my gaming channel where I upload things like Spider-Man gameplay, Fortnite, Modern Warfare, older games, newer games, anything I can get my hands on, I'll play it. Go check it out. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, man.
Bigger thing that they shouldn't have done is made him run a marathon and then kept the lights on. Like, that to me is the things that were wrong. So yeah, just to be clear, I just said they shouldn't have made him run a marathon and they shouldn't have like kept the lights on. Right? Like, turn the lights off, have some way, because like usually in MrBeast videos, if there's something that a competitor struggles with, that then becomes the next thing he offers as like a way to detract money, and it becomes part of it. And it's what they do in like Survivor or other shows. You know, like in Survivor when they're not eating for a while, Jeff then comes up with a bag of rice that they play for or whatever that they can split. And so they adapt to how the person is struggling. So they should have done that with the light, obviously. And then not made him run the marathon.
What's going on? Like, you can't even do this stuff to terrorists, as they say in the video. How is this the take that you're making? And the comparison...
Okay, wait, but that's something... The marathon, he said he shouldn't have been made to run the marathon. But if you... The thing is, if he agreed to do that for the money, he agreed that to do that for the money. What are we talking about? This guy's calling out Ludwig for what Ludwig said about the challenge, but he's absolutely correct. Now, if the guy agreed to do the challenge, and then y'all made him do extra shit at the end to get the money, that's fucked. What he was saying is, you let him do the challenge, and then do what MrBeast usually does and offer something in return for them cutting off the lights and shit like that, like he does in the normal challenge videos. What are you gonna say? Hey, don't do... Hey, man. This is morally wrong. The nigga already did it.
How is this the take that you're making? And the comparison to, like, actually professionally produced TV shows like Survivor are inappropriate on all fronts, because those shows, as I said, are professionally produced with a safety team and HR and all of these facilities to ensure the contestants are being taken care of.
Look, I am not passionate about this analogy. What I was basically saying is that they should have kept the lights off. They just should have kept them off at night, allowed him to sleep. But they made a mistake. They fucked up. So then they should have at least adapted, right? They hear this.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
This guy, Jake Weddle, the competitor, complaining. They come in, they go, okay, we can turn the lights off in exchange for you giving up like a hot tub or whatever. Basically like what they did in the other video they made about solitary confinement, where they would give up items in exchange for money.
Exactly.
You know, at least allow it to be a part of the contest instead of not turning the lights off and then also making him run a marathon, which several times I admonished throughout the stream, because it's like obviously a fucked up thing to do. And the Survivor comparison came up because I know he's saying Survivor's professional. Some fucked up shit's happened in Survivor. Bulgarian Survivor, a guy died, and then they continued to air the show and showed his death on air. French Survivor, somebody died. They died. It was like a 25-year-old. They died because the conditions of Survivor are very difficult on the heart and the body, right? Even the most recent edition of the American Survivor, Liz didn't take a shit for 16 days.
Damn! 16 days is crazy. Boy, I'd off myself. Holy shit.
That is when it becomes a medical emergency.
Yeah.
So when you're past 2 weeks of not taking a shit. And so that's why I was thinking is like, okay, when that happens in the show, they obviously aren't trying to kill these contestants, but they adapt in it to make sure that they are doing better. And that's what they should have done in their MrBeast shoot. Not at all saying that, hey, to get the lights off, you have to give up $10,000 and run a marathon. Not it at all. Basically saying there was a lack of adaptation on the behalf of the producer.
And that's literally what I'm saying for this. It's like, even if like they saying, oh, he was peer pressure, you also have to be able to stand your ground on some shit. You're supposed to be doing a video for entertaining kids, not a torture snuff film. But you also listen. I know y'all want to blame MrBeast, and like I said, the marathon thing was fucked up. But at the end of the day, if you don't want challenge videos, then like he can't do challenge videos at all. He has niggas doing shit in the air. Niggas just do, you know what I'm saying? Or when two people were just stuck underground for 100 days. If somebody doesn't want to do a challenge video, I'm like, yeah, it's like, yo, please do this. But like, really, if you don't want to, you do not have to. And like, at that point, you also have to take, like, if you feel like you didn't want to do the challenge, you shouldn't have did the challenge. If you didn't feel like you could have, you know what I'm saying? But if you beat the challenge, he's probably going to get sued for that. I would sue too. If I did a challenge, you said I had to do one challenge, beat the challenge, I get paid, and then you make me do something else after that, I'm suing. For that, I'm suing. But the original challenge itself, yeah, it's a crazy challenge. But if you're not up for it, I don't give a fuck how much peer pressure there is in the world. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. Was it a crazy challenge? Was it kind of yes. But he kind of just did the same challenge. It wasn't that simple to say he can simply walk away. Mogul will explain. Okay. But that's what I mean. Like, people are getting ahead of themselves. I haven't seen that part yet. From what I have right now is is what I'm explaining. And that's where people get shit, you know what I'm saying? That's where people get shit misconstrued. Oh, how am I supposed to know that if I haven't watched that part yet? I'm talking to you, I'm sitting talking to you. I don't want to sit here and watch a full video and then talk about everything because that's boring. I'm talking about what happens right now.
Producers and MrBeast company. And then he continues on to say the bigger fault that I had and probably the worst thing that I said in the entire reaction.
And the other take that Ludwig had said several times in the stream was, well, if he was having trouble, he could have walked away from this challenge whenever he wanted. He could have just stepped away. I mean, it's his decision at the end of the day. He didn't have to be there.
I empathize with the difficulty of the challenge, but ultimately you know what the challenge is when you go into it, and I think you can walk, right?
And it just...
So this is just a lie. I don't know why JoJo did this. I didn't say that several times. Here's the exact clip of me saying it. Empathize with the difficulty of the challenge, but ultimately you know what the challenge is when you go into it, and I think you can walk, right? And then I continued on. This is at the very start of the video before he even talked about how the lights being on breaks the Geneva Convention. It's a war crime. And at the end of my thought, I say this: value this man's experience based off of much worse experience. But this one, you can walk. Well, I guess we're going to get there. I just said, I guess we're going to get there because I was live reacting to it.
Thank you. And you... Man, shut up. Shout out to Ludwig, man. Shout out to Ludwig. Because that's literally what just happened. I'm live reacting. I'm speaking on what we saw as of right now. I haven't seen the rest. I haven't heard the rest. So y'all are trying to, like, just like with the last video, y'all like, oh, but Simba, what about this and this and this? When that wasn't a thing just now. However, like I said, right now, that hasn't been a thing yet. I'm speaking on what I've seen. So we'll get there when it comes, when times come, but this is what I'm talking about now. Because I said the same thing. If you didn't want to do the challenge, just leave the challenge. But if there was something hindering him, then that's fucked up as well. But that hasn't been presented to me yet. So how am I going to speak on something that I don't know yet? And I need y'all to understand that I can't speak on something I haven't seen.
And when I got the new information that, you know.
And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh, good.
So this is after I said the he can leave thing, because I just didn't know about it yet, because I hadn't watched that part of the video. And towards the end of the video, I literally talk about how insane it is of you know, the producers in MrBeast production to have set up an environment where an individual like Jake deteriorated so quickly. Within 10 days of him being in there, he was struggling so much with it that even now, we're counting it 3 years later, it is an overwhelming topic to talk about. But what's more interesting to me is how quickly he deteriorated in the smaller time frame. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's how tough it was for him to be in that environment. And the lights on and the smell and all that he was describing. And look, maybe JoJo just watched like the first part of the live stream, or like, you know, found the worst things that I said out of context and threw it together, which is fine. I get it. But throughout the entire live stream, I thought that this story from Jake was horrible, right? Like, genuinely, I thought it was fucking horrible. It reminds me of that Japanese game show contestant, Nasubi, which Charlie made a video about, a guy who was kept in solitary for almost a year as a part of this huge Japanese variety show, an aspiring comedian who...
A year? I remember that video. And here's what I will say. I also think if the year wasn't about MrBeast though, so that was just something else that happened. But here's also what I'll say. I said the same thing. If you want to leave, you have free will, you can leave. However, if he's going through the whole motion with the lights not being turned off and they didn't offer something to like to ease that, like they didn't offer it to begin with, and they didn't have it as like a rebuttal thing, that shit is like, it's literally a war crime because it can fuck with you mentally. So he probably couldn't, you know what I'm saying, gather himself enough to even be like, hey, I want to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. He said this 3 years later. Yeah. It was 3 years later. That apparently what happened was 3 years ago, because he said he's still talking about it 3 years later. But what I will say is like it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? So like, was the MrBeast production fucked up for one, not offering to turn off the lights or even offering something to get the lights turned off? Yes. For also making him do a marathon after the challenge was done? Fuck yes. And I would sue the fuck out of them because the challenge is done. I want my bread. You didn't say this when I started the challenge. You can't just add this shit on. I'd sue the fuck out of them. That's insane. But saying he was forced into doing the challenge, I'm sorry, bro. I'm grown as hell. Like, I get wanting to please your boss or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there is peer pressure. But at the same time, it's like, you got, like, no, like, they're telling you have to stay in here for days, isolated. I don't give a fuck how much peer pressure in the world. I'm not doing that. Now, was it kind of too late to back down and leave out of there? For sure, especially with those lights fucking up with, you know what I'm saying? You can't sleep, you can't think right, the lights is too fucking bright. I get it. Once he was in there, it's fucked. But even going in there in the first place, I would have been like, no. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him at all, because MrBeast's production fucked up on that part. But you also have to be like, yeah, that wasn't smart of him to take that deal if you didn't feel like you can do it yourself. Don't ever let anybody talk you into something you don't think you can do. You have to believe you can do it. You know what I mean? You have to believe you can do something in order for you to do it. Don't ever let somebody talk you into doing something just because it's, you know what I'm saying? It's them. I don't give a fuck who you are. Hey, homie, come in this building with me because, you know, I think you can do it. Yeah, both sides got to take accountability. MrBeast more than him, because that was fucked up on both parts, both counts. But you also have to be like, yo, I can't do this, or I don't feel comfortable doing this. If you had to be coerced into doing something, it's not something you want to do.
Had the option to leave, but never left. And I've watched his Hulu documentary. It's really worth watching. It's called The Contestant if you haven't seen it. And so for everyone whose position is, oh, he could leave whenever he wants, it's not that easy. And I talked about this on my live stream. I mean, I don't even think like it needs to be that deep. Like, I just believe like if you are talent, like Jake Weddle was for the shoot, that like it, you know what's a good example? Really, fuck man, here's a homework assignment. If you guys haven't seen this shit, not even homework assignment, it's just a good video. It's called Nasubi, documentary. But it's about, again, this Japanese comedian who took part in this wildly popular game show in Japan. And in it, he describes how he spent a year of his life in a room in solitary, basically, naked.
That's insane.
And why he never left, even though he was allowed to leave at any moment. And I think that, because the whole time you're watching, you're like, why didn't he leave? Why didn't he leave? And I think it's because the opportunity seems too great to pass up. So, like, I think he's trying to, like, connect that, like, oh, there's this document. It says, oh, you can't take.
Okay, and then that aspect I also understand. I don't know if it was because he was, like, the lights on the shit had him fucked up, or he felt like it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. But he did it. You know? That's 1 year in solitary confinement. It is. Now, if you felt like the opportunity was too good to pass up, okay, cool. But at that point, like, it's like, it's weird. It's because, like, you didn't think you could do it, but you don't leave because now you think you can. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a weird middle ground, bro. It's a weird middle ground because with the money presented, it's pretty much challenging yourself. Yes. Because, like, with the money presented, you didn't want to do it. But when you were told, yeah, yo, this is actually easy, you can do it, you was like, all right, fuck it. And then didn't leave because you felt like you could do it. But it's like, you also gotta think about yourself, bro. Sometimes the money is not worth it, bro. Sometimes the money is not fucking worth it, man. It's not, bro. That shit will fuck you up, bro.
Take no for an answer. There's a sales strategy, whatever. Like, I understand the connections he's trying to make. Sure, that's all fine and dandy. But I think much more powerful than any of that is the just, like, you know, the thought of, you know, this opportunity is too big to pass up or something. So I don't agree with the people who say he could.
Wait, chat, for those who have watched this video, does he address the other allegations about who he hired? If not, I'm gonna just watch a video about it and add it on to this, I guess.
And if you're wondering how I feel about it, I'll tell you right now. I think Jimmy needs to make a reply. Like, he technically doesn't need to. He uploaded a YouTube video and it got 120 million views, and he could probably continue to upload videos without ever replying and continue to get hundreds of millions of views. But I won't be able to support him. I won't support him in any way, shape, or form if that's what he does. Because I think he needs to reply specifically to why he hired a sex. Like, how did that?
Yeah, okay. Now, I'm glad he brought this up. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Search. I heard about it, kind of. And I saw tweets about it. But that was after I watched the previous video. Now, this shit right here, that's crazy. Bro, and that's where you got to do, like, yo, background checks, especially if you have, like, a big production. Now, granted, me, I don't got the know-with-all to, hey, I'm gonna hire somebody, I can do a background check. I can't. I don't have the shit to do that. So if it was a smaller content creator that didn't know, but he had the opportunity to find out, he knew he was a pedophile and didn't care, that shit's insane. They did a background check and hired him. Doing a background check and still hiring a nigga is crazy. And I did see his brother pandering. And let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Because hiring a nigga is crazy, but there was also, his brother was pandering. I saw that shit. So you was trying to call out MrBeast. He was the manager. Okay. So trying to call out MrBeast when your brother is the file they hired, or PDF file they hired, is crazy. It's fucking absurd. Brother-in-law. Even still, you knew the nigga had allegations. And then, like, he tried to, like, circle back and was like, because I saw his tweet specifically, and that's when I kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's still bad. Oh yeah, it's still fucking terrible. Because he was like, oh yeah, my Delaware was the first person that was hired, and then he brought me on, and that's how I met MrBeast. But what'd he say? But I don't think my brother-in-law did that, or something like that. Apparently, if I'm not, I don't want to misquote this, but I think it said he took a plea, right? It said he took a plea to lesser charges or whatever, but he still had to register. Listen here, look at me. I don't give a fuck about no damn plea. If I didn't do some shit, I'm not taking a plea, especially for no shit like that. I don't give a fuck. Oh yeah, he took a plea to lesser a sentence so you don't be convicted, but I don't think he did it. You don't think he did it, but he took a plea. I don't give a fuck how guilty, bro. I'm not taking no plea. I'm not having that. Especially if I didn't do it. There's some sort of guilt there. If you took a plea, there's some sort of guilt there, bro.
Apologize to Jake Weddle. Like, how did that situation end up as it was? Were producers on it fired? Like, what course of action was taken? Like, how was right done so no one else is treated like Jake again? You know? Everyone who bought a forged MrBeast hoodie got to get their money back. They got scammed. I love a good scam, but that's probably a little too much. Everyone who participated in an illegal lottery needs to have right done by them, right? You need to just make up for everyone who participated in those, because that is against the law. And then also show how you change your business practices
have I done Reddit?
so that
No,
doesn't happen again. And finally, I also need to know about, like, Beast Games. Like, what is going on there? Obviously, a lot of that's shrouded in secrecy, and it's like, you know, little whispers. So what's actually going on? And that still doesn't account for him having to reply for things that haven't yet come out, right? Dogpack says a third part's coming out, and it's about how he covered up like sexual assault at the workplace, which is by far the most severe claim that has yet to come out, that will come out. And he'll have to make a reply to that too. And when I say have to, I mean, like, that's at the bare minimum what I expect from him. Now, I did talk to MrBeast because I was actually supposed to partner with him. The timing's not great. Obviously, we had these conversations months before any of this came out. But Feastables, his chocolate bar company, was supposed to be one of the big sponsors for Streamer Games. And so it was inked. We were supposed to do it. I called him and I said two things. One, when are you going to reply? And he echoed what was said in the Dogpack video, which is when everything comes out, he's going to make one reply as opposed to a reply after every single video.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we'll see when that happens. And then two, he allowed me to pull out. So, like, for everyone saying I'm controlled op, I'm paid by MrBeast to defend him, just so we're clear, I'm now losing 100K by not defending him, right? Like, that's just on the opposite side. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This event's going to lose money. And I know you might be thinking, Ludwig, you're a millionaire. That's true, but this doesn't reflect against me. It reflects against Off-Brand. It's not a decision I make lightly. This decision impacts all the employees. And I'm not saying anyone's getting fired. Of course not. If we are over that cash low, I would make sure that I help the cash reserves. But it does reflect in the books at the end of the year. A company can only thrive if it's making money, if it's profitable. You can't be not profitable for years and still exist.
Yep.
And at the end of the year, we're going to be 100K down, which hits a lot. So it's not an easy choice to make, but I know it's the right choice to make. And I feel like putting my money where my mouth is should hopefully prove that I'm not paid to defend Jimmy in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, that's basically my thoughts on it. I know there's a new Dogpack video coming out, which I absolutely will be watching. I've been keeping up with basically everything, but maybe refraining from commenting online and leaving it to the more Pegasus of the world. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all. See you later. Goodbye.
Now it makes sense for what Ludwig saying, bro. MrBeast is not going to reply until all said allegations are out, which makes sense. I'm not gonna continue to keep addressing something. I just wait until everything comes out. So, like I said, everything I said, I stand on. Once he does address the shit, he definitely needs to address the Jake situation. He definitely needs to address the PDF situation. He can touch on the other topics like the illegal lottery, the shit like that, but that's not nearly as severe or bad to me, worth cancellation. You know what I'm saying? Now, this last shit that's coming out that says he covered up a essay in a workplace, that's fucking insane. And if and when that comes out, I think what I'm gonna do when that comes out is I'm gonna watch it on my own. I don't think I'm gonna do a reaction to it because I'm gonna watch it on my own and then I'll come on stream and talk about it for like a couple minutes because I don't want another one of these. But I don't want another one of these hour-long Johns because I don't know what's going on anymore. There's so much shit, so many allegations, so many videos. I'm so sick of even fucking. These are the two main things. This all could have been the 2 long hour videos that Dogpack made could have been a 30-minute. He hired a PDF file And hey, this whole Jake situation where he didn't get paid out and it was damn near torture should be addressed. The other stuff, I don't see it. But hey man, we'll see when it pops out. But yeah, this is updated opinion, bro, for niggas that was asking, bro. Shout out Ludwig, by the way.